I know I've already said that we can jump onto the next chapter, but I've spotted one error here, problem basically. Because we're using obviously strict mode, some browsers which understand strict mode may be shouting out that obviously something's wrong there with your file. Around line 181, we've got this array pair, which it contains this obviously set of curly brackets. After the closing one, we need to put the semicolon. Once we've done this, we can save and close the file for good. Now, inc folder. Inside of the inc folder, we create the file called config.php. Inside of the config.php, we start with the opening PHP tag. And first of all, we're going to set the time zone. Date, default time zone set. You set it to your own time zone. My time zone is Europe, London. Next thing will be we will define a few constants. First we check if it's already defined, and we're looking for ds. If it's defined, we're not going to do anything, or we defined otherwise. Define ds as directory underscore separator. Directory separator. Just a shorter version of obviously this long constant. Now if I copy this rather than basically typing this all over again, next constant is going to be called root underscore path. If it's defined, don't do anything, otherwise define it. And what we're going to do for this one, we use real path, then dir name underscore file, and then we concatenate it with directory separator, 2 dots to go up one label, and then directory separator after that. Let me close the browser so we can see a little bit clearer here. Then we have another one. If I copy this one, paste it under. Next one is classes path. And classes path is basically path to the root folder, then directory separator ds, and the name of the folder classes folder which we've created earlier. Then we copy this one. We have upload path. And the upload path is the same, apart from the fact that obviously rather than classes, we're going to have it now uploads. Then we have path to the emails folder. So unsurprisingly, we're going to call it emails path. And it's going to be emails. Then we're going to define the constant for a max file size. Max size, which will define as 1048576, which is basically 1 megabytes. You can increase if you want to, but that's the number of bytes that gives us 1 megabyte. Max size. After max size, we're going to have file extension, and file extension will be used while we are uploading the file to the server. And we're going to simply add dat. It's going to be .dat, but we're keeping just the string without the dot, basically. This is because if someone uploads some exe files or something, obviously, it wouldn't, Linux wouldn't really process exe, I believe, but it's still, just for the security purposes, we're going to make it as, basically, impossible as possible for any kind of hackers or malicious or users who are trying to upload any nasty code to our server. That's why you're going to append this extension, so that the file isn't going to be recognizable by the server anyway.